Alright guys, TacticalRab again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day. So far, after the controversial LA Thieves versus Ravens series last night, they will rematch each other again in the major in just a couple of days' time. But Scrap, among others, responding to what was a dramatic series, especially the ping drama that has been exposed after the fact. Scrap, the guys on Ravens, not very happy with the servers that they're playing on, and Scrap therefore explained exactly why they were smiling so much after the series, despite losing and getting roasted for it as a result. Very much enjoy to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. Simp is topping the KD chart this season. It's very difficult to say who the favourites are for the major. I think if I had to rank the teams, I'd probably have to put FaZe number one. I think there's arguments that you shouldn't, but there are some arguments that you should, and maybe you have to. Can you rank other teams number one? That's the other question. FaZe, they probably had the strongest into qualifiers, given that they played some strong teams, and they finished out 5-2 as not quite the number one seed, but not far away, and Simp and Abuzah topping the KD lists right now. They've got a reasonable bracket on their hands as well. They played G2 and then Falcons or OpTic in the round after that. But Simp tops the numbers for the first time in a very long time. And this isn't a massive surprise, maybe because he's played with Cellium for some time. So, you know, FaZe are doing well. Maybe Cellium's going to be the one topping the KD list. But the last time that Simp led a stage in, and we don't really call them stages anymore, right? But back in the day, it used to be stage one and then major one. Now it's like major one qualifiers and major one. But if you use the old stage terminology, then he's back to the top and arguably the best player in the game right now. You can make that argument about Simp. Certainly the best SMG, I think you would have to say. But he leads with a 1.19. The last time he led a stage in KD was Cold War Stage 5. He had a 1.34. Pretty outrageous. But yeah, since then, there's been no Simp on this list. There's been plenty of Cellium, plenty more Cellium, plenty of some Scrap in there, Shotzzy, HyDra, etc. But yeah, Simp is back on top for the first stage of Major 1 at a 1.19. Lurqxx and Craze, they deserve a lot of credit as well. It's really difficult and interesting to rank not only the rookies, but just the players in general right now. Like with the progress that Ravens have made, I think Lurqxx deserves a lot of credit. I think that like even Nero obviously exceeds getting a fair bit of gas, and Craze is quite like Craze has maps that stand out for good and for bad. So I think people talk about him a fair bit. But maybe Lurqxx is even going a little bit under the radar right now. We talked the other day about Rookie of the Year. Is the Rookie of the Year even in the Pro League? That was a question we had because last year the Rookie of the Year was undeniably Mercules. He only came in for the third major. So it's possible that happens again, but possibly not, right? And we look at the Pro League right now and it's like, okay, who is going to be the standout player? Could it be Trakes of the Heretics? It was kind of Rancor last year for some time. But arguably you look at Ravens and that's where you might find your answer. Craze was one of the talking points. It could be Mamba as well on G2, another name to keep in mind. But certainly Lurqxx right now, youngest player in the league. They've got impressive wins so far. I mean, they've beaten OpTic, they've beaten Thieves, Koi, Heretics. It's a great run. What can they do on LAN? This was always the big question. Back in the day, the pro players, the established pro players would be like, what did he do online? Oh, I don't even care, right? Like, I don't even know because I don't care. Like, let's see you do it against me on LAN. Then we'll properly find out. And I think there's still a little bit of an element to that. And to be honest, kind of for good reason. LAN's where things properly matter. So, look, while Slasher is getting cooked, and I think in large part for decent reason, given that this team was not looking good with Slasher, and now all of a sudden they're beating everyone and looking like genuinely, if they'd have 3-0'd Thieves in the series we're about to discuss in a second, some of the controversy, they would have been considered the best team in the game, maybe? I don't know, right? Like, I just said that I think FaZe probably are the best team. There's nobody that's S tier right now, but in terms of like top of A tier, whatever you want to say, maybe it's FaZe. But like if they just 3-0'd Thieves in the fashion that they look like they might have done, then they might have been considered the best team in the game. I don't think anyone's quite considering Ravens the best team in the game quite, but still, I don't know. And anything can happen when we get to LAN, of course. So yes, it's exciting to watch everything unfold here, and that series did turn quite a lot of heads for good and for bad. There was a bit of drama as well, because Nameless did this tweet about potentially GAing this overload strat of parking the bus. We don't see it every single map, but we do see it now relatively frequently. when teams can just, you know, go up heavy and then call it a day, basically. Now, it doesn't work guaranteed every single time. It also doesn't work on all of the maps. Like on Scar, you can't really park the bus just the way the map is designed. You certainly can on Den. It's designed very well for it, certainly on that one side of the map where the dragon or whatever. And then there's also options on exposure to do it, but it probably doesn't work quite as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I know that people are frustrated about the state of parking the bus. I'm interested to just see how it plays out. Teams will come up with new ideas. They'll come up with new strategies. I think GAing it is, you know, it's difficult because I guess there is a clear cut, oh, are you parking it, are you not? But also, there's a little bit of a grey area in a way. Like, let's say you grab the ball and you run back towards your spawn. Is that now getting GA'd? What if you wanted to take it on a long route? I guess as long as you don't deliberately set up shop, then it's fine. But even then, what if you wrap back into the spawn, trying to make a genuine play, a couple of your teammates go down, and all of a sudden I end up with the ball right at the back of my spawn? Then my teammates spawn up around me and, you know, what am I meant to do? I've got to chat out, or am I allowed just to stand there? So sometimes you could get yourself into that predicament and say, oh, it was accidental. I didn't mean to park the bus. It just happened. So I don't know if a GA would be super enforceable, or certainly not that easy to enforce. But let's talk about this Thieves versus Ravens drama, because aBeZy after the series yesterday said, wow, I cannot wait to play on LAN. Now, it was kind of interesting to see that. It looked like he was just pretty excited about playing COD right now, and understandably. But maybe there was more to it than that, because after the series it emerged that there was definitely some level of ping drama happening. Now, we did talk about this the other day, and it appears potentially related to the fact that Ravens are playing remote. And to be honest, the fact that they've got the results they have playing remote is very impressive. You could say it's the Bermuda Triangle Florida cheese. If you guys remember, a couple of years ago, Florida were not playing in the same place, but they would be all split around over, I think they had one guy in Texas and then like a number across the East Coast. And people said that playing Florida was hell, because they would always get on a server where like one of the Florida guys was just in absolute prime position and would fry them. So I don't know if that's what's happening here, and it should be bad in theory, you would think, for the players that are separated. But Saint says, the coach who, you know, Exceeds bailed him out to a certain extent, really awesome team win versus Thieves today to finish the split. Face a lot of adversity today, being on reverse street watch, and our team being split across the US. Lagging half the maps didn't help. Now, apparently, Exceed is playing out of California, which almost certainly is not ideal. And they're still, you know, like, Exceed frying like that from Cali is pretty wild, because everyone says the internet is terrible. He's dropped the hashtag FlockU as well, which is pretty funny. So Clay thought that was pretty good. But yeah, so people are saying, oh, it's host wars, right? Ping cheese. Do people not realise we are on higher pings than every team we have to play? We have a player in Cali and 3 players who live on the East Coast, one of which plays on cable. We play Texas teams in Iowa. So that's his situation. Look, again, as Ghost to Hope says, show up to LAN and we'll see what happens there, right? Because we've seen this with some teams in the past where they're like, oh, our online COD is cooked, we're playing on these awful pings, when we get to LAN, we're going to be serious. And they turn up to LAN and then they don't really do that much. So, and obviously, Ravens could fix this issue if they wanted to give them another Brian Sape penthouse and pay for it, a little bit extra money out of their pockets. Then they could do so, build a facility, but obviously Ravens aren't going to do that, right? And it's kind of frustrating for the fan base perspective, because as much as I like the Ravens story, it's also true that Ravens are probably sitting there thinking, damn, we're paying these guys peanuts. We're not even funding them an office or a facility or a penthouse with Brian Saints. And yet we're still winning all these online matches. So it must be working, right? What a great strategy. Maybe at some point it will cease to. But the same, it seems, was true on the other side of the story as well. So a few interesting clips here to share. There was quite a bit of drama about why they were smiling after the series. Because when you looked at their, like, POVs, I mean, you look at Getty, like, they're giggling. And it's like, why? They lost, right? So why would they be happy? Well, Scrap gives an explanation for that. And again, at least part of it has to do with this ping situation.
On the side of the Thieves, though, I mean, man, Kenny baiting, bro. Kenny baiting now. That's all I gotta say. He baiting.
Who's baiting?
Ernie went from like the best motherfucker in the game with the AR, and now Kenny getting all the kills. Something's up, and it ain't working. I want you to be on game 5 as soon as they get 2-piece by Lurqxx at the end. Yeah, I'm watching. Ben, where the fuck you at, baby? I want you to look at the face cams, Tom. All of them smiling. I don't like that, Tom. I don't like that at all. Ain't nothing to smile about. Ain't a damn thing to smile about. I want faces. I want hands in faces. Faces in hands. I want to see Ernie. Look, actually, I got it. Look. I want to see this, Tom.
What?
Nah. They knew they was getting a rematch on LAN.
What are we smiling about?
They knew they was getting a rematch on LAN.
We got him round one.
They knew they got to see him on LAN, on local area network. That's why.
We got him again. That's why we're smiling.
They're not worried about LAN.
They're like all in
They're not worried about LAN.
What's the difference?
We talking about online?
They gonna be on the same shit. They don't land
we
no
don't worry
more.
about that.
When you lose to the Ravens, all right?
Even
though they're playing great. Yeah, but bro, the Thieves are like 1.6 milli salary cap, okay? Unacceptable loss. These cats on the Ravens are on food stamps. It ain't comparable.
Right, so you're hating because the Thieves got money now. Because the Thieves got bread. All right,
I'm hating because
you hate on money.
All right, man, you hate on money. Second most expensive team in the league. They should be running over these cats. The fucking Crazy and Zuma just dropped these guys off the stallion 6 months ago.
I was building around them. I was building. It was a team of 2, Lurqxx and Nero. That was
he dropped the whole
2.
team, Pat. No, you're right. He dropped the whole team. You got to
wait,
think.
wait, wait a second.
2v2.
2v2.
2v1. And the
Oh my
Ravens.
God. They come out.
Why are they smiling?
A bloodbath.
Any explanation to laughing, not asking in a bad way? I mean, what do you want us like? We lost, bro. It's a last match. Fucking 50 ping series, bro. I mean, what are we gonna fucking start crying, bro? We're gonna start crying? We didn't even play bad. We just got no kills. It would be one thing if we're actually playing the map shit. You know what I mean? If we're actually playing fucking horrible. But when kills aren't going our ways, like, and that's not gonna open up the map for anyone, it's kind of hard to really do anything.
I mean, come on.
Hey, is it too late to change my winner? I got OpTic winning the tournament. I got OpTic winning badge 1.
Bro, they want to see, bro. They want to see.
That's good to know.
Now, I'm kidding, Ernie. I'm
About your
kidding.
opinion.
Hey, yo, you give a fuck about. You need to give a fuck about motherfucking Exceed. That motherfucker was in your shit, Ernie.
Yeah, those guys are really good.
You talking about we just playing plumbers, man. You getting fucking body.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie,
By the BK.
Ernie, bro. Today was a tough series, but most damage in a lobby and fucking a .89, like that's rough, bro.
Snow is
That's
falling.
rough.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I'd be losing full, bro.
How much snow is out there, Ernie?
Not that much.
That's not that bad.
Nah, it's icy, and they don't like do anything about it.
Wait, did they gas though the whole weather shit, or no? Is it actually like?
So Ravens say they're at a disadvantage because they're playing all around the world. They've got East Coast guys, they've got West Coast guy, so it's not going to be ideal. But then the Thieves guys are saying, well, it's the same story for us on the other side of it. It's maybe equally problematic. So that's why Thieves aren't looking at this series with the utmost seriousness, as it were. And they're pretty confident that things are going to change when they get to LAN. Maybe Ravens could be in a similar boat. But I think Thieves fans should be and will be pretty happy with the way that series went. Ravens obviously are going to be pretty optimistic as well. But Thieves aren't overthinking it too much. They've got a solid seed. They play Ravens again, round 1 of the bracket. So, you know, there's going to be no 50 ping cheese in that series. And we're going to see who is actually good for real. Because when Scrap's talking to Enable there and saying, oh, those guys are real good, like, I think we know what Scrap thinks by that really is that he's like, okay, on LAN, at least Scrap believes, and I think understandably so, that it could be a bit of a different story. But until we see the matchup, we don't know what's going to be happening here, right? And Ravens are obviously playing some great stuff. Like, they're playing with some serious pace, and that is going to cause problems. That some would say that, oh, well, on LAN, the game slows down somewhat. It ain't going to work quite so well. But intrigue to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. And I'll see you next time.